You can see these indentations here on the sand. I think they've been there before. That's not new. But notice all the sand on top of the grass. I'm sure that the grass will come up through it in the end, but you can see how much sand was thrown up. How isolated these houses look, in the sense of no vegetation really around them much. The road looks in pretty good shape. And you can see that there are tracks on the beach, so that it is possible to drive down there, although initially when we first looked at this, it didn't seem that was possible. But this was pretty heavily hit, and it's kind of interesting to see the looks like way down the way there's a car. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to get that far. And I'm flying into the wind, and I've come a good distance. So, but that's what the Nauset Beach looks like. It's spreading out here a little bit. It looks like way down there it may be shut down because it may have come in closer. I think we'll just go back and go over the roadway a little bit just to give you a kind of a perspective of it. Fascinating to see all the swirls and what have you. The houses seem to be all here. Again, I'm getting to be almost to the edge of my range, if you will. So I think what I'll do at this point is to come back. Looks like a little road here. Oh, there's a house there. I'm going to come over here and have a look at that. Everything seems to be in good shape. The marshes are, there's no grasses in them, as you can see, because it's just, this is a very late spring for the Cape. At least in my judgment, anyway. And we'll follow the road back, see what's going on. Pochi Island is in good condition. I'm not sure I can get far enough up to see what's known as the Pochi washover, but you can see Pochi Island up ahead here. The island closest to the beach is Little Pochi Island, and the one to the left is Pochi Island. A nice house there. We came by this before. Again, here's this cutout in the beach, but I think these cutouts have been here before. That looks like it's a little road. It's been blocked off. No, that's just, that has been there before. We've seen that before. And the marshes, you can see the ditches that were dug whenever they were dug to keep them clear and running. And there's plenty of water around. This house, which I thought we'd just stop at and look, it's one of the closest to the beach. Seems to be good. You can see the cliff is there and in great shape. And they look like they survived all right. So let's keep moving now. No cars today that I can see. Now there's a car coming at us way up by Pochi, or it's going away, one or the other. And there is still, even here, this is an area where I'm not sure that you could have gone on your beach buggy before. It's a little tight. And right now there's a new kind of a little cliff there. And here we go. Yeah, that's somebody going off the beach. It looks like there may be somebody on the beach having a picnic or whatever. This is mid-afternoon. And nice thing is I can travel at 30 miles an hour, whereas they don't. So now you can see I'm beginning to reach my range, so I'm going to have to go catch some altitude, which I will do. And this is the this Poche Island with all the water that runs all the way around it. You know, for a while there, I thought it really wasn't an island, but it is. That's the Poche overwash there. You can see it's still there. And let's see if I got enough altitude. I think so. And I can keep up. And we'll come in through the back of the Poche overwash. It's broad and good, and obviously this would be a great place for someone to spend the day on the beach. Nauset Beach is really a special place for a lot of reasons, not just the fact you can drive on it, but because how beautiful it is. And it'll be more beautiful as the grass turns green and the marshes turn, and you can see the canals dug in here. And I'm kind of pushing it here, so I'm going to start heading back. We'll fly right over the top of Poche Island. Again, you can see the water is all the way around. So indeed, it is an island. And some people have questioned that in the past. I'm going to go up and get some more altitude. Not that there are mountains on Poche Island, because there aren't, but just because I need to be sure that I'm able to communicate with the drone. And again, I'm getting high wind warnings because the wind is coming out of the southwest, so I'm kind of grinding against it. And wind speed is cutting our ground speed quite a bit, but we're almost there. So this is the end of Barley Neck Road you see coming up here with that little hump there. That's the end of Payson Road, I should say. Payson Road is the last road on Barley Neck Road, and lots of folks live there. So I think I'm going to come back down again, as there's a little less wind, and I'll be able to get a little more speed. I hope I get home in time. I've got lots of power left, but there we go. That makes it a little better. Again, you can see all the trees aren't leafed out yet, so it's early, and it's kind of fun to do this. It's slow with a drone. You can't do 60 miles an hour. But you don't want it to be fast, because what you're looking at is something you will not see unless you happen to be in an airplane, and it's and even in an airplane they're going to fly a lot faster than 11 or 12 miles an hour, which is what I'm doing at the moment. There's a little road here that does cut through, so that there are a couple of houses on that little hump on the left there. At the end of Payson Lane. Nice boathouse, some boats all ready to go for the spring. And a house being built over there, but we're not going to go and look at that because we don't need to. A lot of clam farms out here. You begin to see some anchored, what do you want to call them, floats, sort of like swimming floats, but not quite. You get a view there quickly of some clam beds that are planted in the sea. These people make good money doing this. And so that's about the end of my story, and I wish you a happy day. Incidentally, you're looking down Little Pleasant Bay. The upper left close is Sampson's Island. Beyond it is Hog Island. And then you can see the Narrows, which runs between Little Pleasant Bay and Big Pleasant Bay. And to the left of that is Simpsons Island. So, see you later. Bye.